Hi, so I am Liz Ross Hall. I'm going to be your professor for this course. I have taught Math 115, I think for about 10 years now, so I've taught this course for a while. Usually I do it at Monmouth Academy, but they needed me this summer, so here we are. This video is going to just be a short and sweet walkthrough of BrightSpace, the textbook, and the MyOpenMath where you're going to do your assignments, just to give you a quick overview so you can see what you're running into. Feel free to email me anytime if you have questions. So let's start with BrightSpace. BrightSpace, in your Zoom meeting module, the live lecture is what we're going to use on Wednesday nights. So if you're not attending in person, but you want to be live, this link will take you right to the Zoom meeting. If you're watching later, I'll show you that in a second. If we ever have a meeting scheduled because you had questions or need help or something, then you'll use the office hours link. So that one's kind of always open, so we can meet there anytime. All right, the next module you're going to use is each test will have its own. So if we go into the test 1 content, you're going to see each chapter. So this week we're doing chapter 1 and 2. When I'm done with this video, the notes will show up. So in a second, you'll see them. But if you click on this, normally there'll be a link right here with the PDF of the notes. Haven't quite finished them yet, so they're not there. After this week, I'll be more ahead of the game. The notes will look like this. So it's going to have notes. I'll be going through these while I teach. So I'll talk through. There'll be places where you can take notes as I add other things. Then there's examples that we will go through together. Depending on what people need, we might do the you tries, or they might just be there for more practice. That will depend on the class as we go. But this will be, you'll have something like this for every single section of the book. And those will be posted before the lecture. Like I said, hopefully after this week, they'll be much before, not just the day before. In that same area, this week, this is where you'll find the video. But in other weeks, after the live lecture's over, I will upload the video to this link. So if the lecture was 5:20, 5:21, you should be able to come in and see that sometime sooner. And then each section will also have, or should have, a quiz and a homework. I don't know why they're not all showing up. It might just be the dates, but I'll look into that. You don't have to submit anything for these on BrightSpace if you don't want to. Those are just there because that's how I have to do it to get it in the gradebook. So that's kind of what you need on BrightSpace. Guided notes, the videos for the lessons. The syllabus is also here if you want to go through it. The biggest details are homework. I'm just looking at completion. Did you do the homework or not? 10% of your grade is just, did you do it or not? Then the quizzes are going to be, it's like graded homework. Open notes, do whatever you need, but that score is going to transfer over. And that is, I believe, 20%. Quizzes. 18%, sorry, 18%. Essentially, all those quizzes are going to count together as one test. And then the exams are going to be 18% each, but 72% total. On the quizzes and tests, each question is going to be worth 4 points, but you can get partial credit. So maybe when you do it online, the computer gives you 0, but then you send me your work. To get full credit, you have to send me your work. So anything you've done on paper, scan it or take a picture and email it to me or submit it on BrightSpace. If you don't send me any work, you can't get full credit because I can't guarantee that you did it and you didn't just Google. So that's part of that. It also helps with partial credit. Maybe you did it right, but you forgot to type a negative sign. I'll give you full credit if it's right on your paper. Maybe you rounded something earlier in the problem than the computer did. If I can follow your work, you can get full credit. Or maybe you dropped a negative sign, so you'll get 3 out of 4 points. everything that you show me in your work will help you get a higher grade. So that's beneficial for you in multiple ways. So after every quiz and test, make sure you email me or submit on BrightSpace your handwritten work if you didn't type it in the MyOpenMath. All right, speaking of that, now let's look at your textbook. So your textbook is free. I found an online version for free. So you can click the link in the syllabus. There's also a link in the MyOpenMath that I'll show you, but this is your textbook. So you have your table of contents over here on the side. You can close it if you want it bigger, but on the left you have your contents. So you can pick whatever section you have questions on. In that section, there's the notes. So it's a little bit more detail than kind of what I talked you through, but it's pointing out the same words. Has examples with answers. Further down, there's a glossary in each section. There's a quick review of each section. There's practice problems. There's more practice problems. There's all kinds of things in here that will help you for each chapter in the whole book. So when I refer to a section, this is the book I'm referring to. Maybe you don't like it online. You just can't. So if you scroll to the bottom of any screen on this book, you have the option to order a print copy. If you click on that, then it gives you the chance to buy a black and white or a colored copy if you want. My internet's being slow. So you have that as a choice. So don't feel like you have to use the online version. I just figured a free version was nice if it worked for you. So that's the textbook. Then MyOpenMath is where we're gonna do your information. So the top will always have a link to the textbook. So if you click on that, it'll take you right there. And then as things are available, the assignments will pop up. So test 1, the homework and quizzes, test 2, the homework and quizzes. The chapter 1 and 2 will show up as soon as I'm done adding. I have a couple more tweaks for the chapter 2 part, and then that'll show up. So very soon. What that will look like for you when you click on it is it'll give you a question one at a time. So you can click, go to the next question, type something. Obviously, I'm just guessing. If you submit, it tells you you're wrong. You can try again. You can get a similar question. There's videos down here to help. If you click this, it will email directly to me. All of those things are options. You can navigate up here with arrows. You can click and go straight to a question and see how you did. All of these things are options. Hint, key terms. So there's all kinds of hint guides right on these questions. All right. Then a quiz is going to be similar, except it's not going to have those hints. Now, it's open note and you can look stuff up. I can't stop you, but it just makes you think a little bit more. And then this one, so on the homework, you can do things as many times as you want. On the quiz, you get one try for each, and then you can retake it if you would like. Best score wins. And then the tests are going to be the same way. All of the quizzes and tests, you do have the option for one retake. My advice is wait till I look at it, because with partial credit, your grade's going to go up. With them being 4 points, a lot of times the computer will give you 0, and then I'll go in and give you 3. So it might not be as bad as you think. So just keep that in mind. But overall, those are the 3 things, BrightSpace, the textbook, and MyOpenMath, that you're going to need for this course. So feel free to reach out, and the chapter 1 video and chapter 2 video shall be posted shortly. All right, see you later and good luck.